As some of you, whoever subscribed to me, have noticed, I may have just uploaded that video, that like 40-minute video of me doing Google Feud, but as of right now, it is still uploading this video, this one. Look at this upload speed. I am killing my college's internet right now because I'm spending the summer getting college credit. I'm killing my college's internet. I'm sorry. But look at this upload speed. It like takes 15 minutes. Yeah, you'll see that description. That's the description that's there. Okay. As you can tell by the title of this video, I will be talking about what is Homestuck. This is completely off the cuff. I've just now gotten free time because it's Friday, and now I will produce every video ever conceived by me, and the quality will be shit as a result. I have no script, I'm sorry. Because, I mean, there's other What is Homestuck videos, but like only like 2 of them are actually good. And this one will join the ones that are not good because, again, I have no editing or anything. Right. Also, I'll probably won't edit this at all. So basically be a rant about nothing. Okay, right. So, what is Homestuck? Homestuck is this webcomic that you're currently looking at right now with John looking around. This is page 1. Amazing page 1 of Homestuck. Epic. If I were to describe Homestuck as it truly is, that would kind of spoil stuff. But since I have no idea where I was going for there, yeah, I would spoil stuff if I just described anything deeper than the base level. So, basically, Homestuck is a webcomic. It's about these 4 kids. They play this video game that's on the wall back here, Spurb. Well, the beta of Spurb. Or Spurb if you want to be weird. Spurb. It's the house game! And weird stuff ensues. And it's 7,000 pages long. Let's go check those stats provided to us by the wonder. No, that. Read MSPA. Where's stats? Visualization. Maths percent. Wow, look at this. Homestuck is 84% of MS Paint Adventures. It has been going for this long. It has this many pages, this many panels, this many approximate words, and 3.5 hours of flash animation. So that's way more. And here's all of the sub-acts for your viewing pleasure. Okay, this is page 1. It looks really uninteresting. Everyone knows that, but you can power through the first 50 pages or however long Act 1 is. I forget how long Act 1 is. Let's look at the map and totally like spoil everyone to everything that will ever happen. This starts at 1901 and this starts 2148, so that's 247 pages. Okay, that's not that bad. 247 pages in Homestuck is actually not that long. Look at these updates that you're not allowed to look at yet because those are much further in the story. This is Act 6, Intermission 5. And yes, that is actually Act 6, Intermission 5. That's exactly what it sounds like. And this is page 9,493, which is much further than you have ever gone. This is a really bad video, but I'm going to upload it anyway. Horses. This is the main character. If you can call him that. He is not Zeus Melpooplord. He is, in fact, John Egbert. And he lives in this room for about 200 pages. And then shit gets real, and we kind of spiral into the story. The actual story. I mean, from Act 1, you can get pretty much a pretty good idea of what the humor of the comic is like, because, I mean, 9,000 pages. I mean, a lot of it's plot. I mean, not all of it's plot, but the plot continues throughout. But if you want an idea of whether this is, like, your kind of humor or not, like, you can kind of tell that from Act 1. I I mean, nothing that much happens. Like, it slowly kind of builds as we're introduced to our initial four main characters. Yeah, the first four. The first four, and then we get like 39,000 later. Quickly, retrieve arms. This is that gag where his arms... He doesn't have arms because this is totally a video game. See, look, there are his arms because he's using the freaking arms, and he puts it in his inventory. Alright, so... Since you all have no idea what you're talking about, I'll just briefly describe if I was going to, like, synopsize the entirety of Homestuck. Act 1, the note Desolation plays. Normal. Normal world. With Ghostbusters and knives flying. This is, like... And the sprite. That's the first prototyping, yay, and you have no idea what prototyping is. And there's the introduction of Rose, who is the second character introduced, and I like her. I like John's fine too. John's a pretty good take on what a main character is. I think he's kind of a weird meta main character. Well, not like he's not meta, but like the take of the main character trope doing crap. What is this? 87%. Look, so much done. And then Act 2, we have meteors. Yeah, meteors are important. I'm not going to tell you why they're important. You got Snoop Dogg. These are like all shortcuts to different parts of the story, basically. You got Snoop Dogg, which I don't think that's not story relevant. And then you got the pony, which is also not story relevant. But it's these are like memorable things more than story important things. They're just like things that stick out in your mind. It's like, oh, that's what happened then. Then you have John on a pogo ride, bashing things in with a hammer, and then he gets the pogo hammer, which is like the first true alchemization. Then Dave's introduced, you can see, with all the puppets with butts. And then Tab. I'm not going to tell you that joke because it's Tab. You know what Tab is. It's like a really old soda. And then Act 3 is where we introduce the last main character, Jade, and this, how far is this? Like 2,000, so like that's 700 pages in, which is actually not that far in terms of reading Homes. It's not that far. I mean, it's pretty far, but it's not like, in comparison, that's like 7 or 8% of the way through Homestuck. I mean, it's still pretty far for someone who's never read it. There's our first encounter with the things that you've probably seen if you ever go on Tumblr. They're trolls. You know what they are. You've already been spoiled to that. If you've ever been on anything, if you've heard of anything, this is the thing you think of when you think of Homestuck. This thing right here, all the signs. That's the trolls. There's Jack before he does other things. There's Betty Crocker. Believe it or not, Betty Crocker becomes important later. Spoiler, not really. This is the Frog Temple, the old future Frog Temple, because the stuff also happens in the future. This thing is important for reasons. Yes, he's wearing ammunition here like a freaking judge for some reason. This butterfly makes for a great joke. You don't know why. The intermission. Do not skip this intermission. People love to skip this intermission, but it is crucial to the story. I promise you it is. Like, I know... Like, it's kind of like it suddenly starts a new story out of nowhere, but it actually isn't a new story. Just trust me. Okay. I like the intermission by itself anyway, so it's like, it's good. Flight of the Paradox Clones. I promise you, when you finish Act 4, this will make sense. I know that seems really weird to someone who's, like, never read Homestuck, but, like, Flight of the Paradox Clones is exactly what happens. People enter the game. There's Rose's house in the medium. There's eggs, and there's Dave's entry item, which is the egg that gets literally laid on the spot. How's this video doing? It's processing. It's taking longer to process than I think it is. Okay. This is this cube here is important. This is also important. There's a lot of important things happening. There's Nicolas Cage. That's also important. This baby is important. This is important as well. Everything here is important. This puppet right there is important. And then, oh yeah, you see trolls. Because that's Act 5 is trolls. Bifurcate Act 5, Act 1, Act 2. This is the beginnings of Hussey's amazing act bifurcation. Yeah, you can see Part 2, trolls. although it's not all trolls. This part is trolls, but like then we basically get exposition on who the trolls exactly are, because prior to this we don't like ever meet them that much in person, but now we just do. Import Mobius double reach around. That's actually I think that's actually Solix's line, but in Terezi's text. Yeah, because this is something that Solix does, all this code. Import universe U1, which is the Trolls universe. And there's all the introduction. This is basically like officially introducing the main characters for once, and how they came to be as they are back here. And then Act 5, Act 2 is where we rejoin these two plot lines and discover what the hell is actually going on in the world. And we have this thing, which is kind of, well, not scary, it's just weird. And then we get to see that thing. That's important. A lot of this is important. It's important. That is, in fact, the author wrestling with an omnipotent character. Oh, I accidentally clicked on it. Yep, like this. And he also does it in this part. He's going to hit the dude with a broom. Since we're here, we might as well see it. Top level entertainment right here. If I have to put up with one more smug, meandering interlude in my own story, I'm going to crack your head open and serve you a heaping bowl full of your own downy, soft puppet ass. How do you like that for hospitality, Doc? I will believe that you will find as hosts go, I am simply the best there is. Yes, that's the author beating. The author entered his own story and beat a character with a broom. Because that happens. Okay. Let's get back to shit. And then Cascade, this thing which crashed the internet. Yeah. Oh yeah, because there's disc 2 is like, this is a literal disc. Like this space where there's no disc is the time in which Doc Scratch controlled the world. And everything. This frog is important. This frog is also important. She is middle fingering the puppet. This clock is important. This other part is important. There are many important parts here. Lots of things are important. Everything in Homestuck is important, even though a lot of it's offhand jokes. Those offhand jokes are usually pretty important. And then we get Act 6, which everyone was like, where is Homestuck going to go from end of Act 5? And then it kind of slows down again, because it kind of had to, because like this is not the end of Homestuck. It was... Everyone probably thought it was, but no, this is like the first main major thing, and then we have to slow down a little bit and introduce more characters that are actually important. Even though people didn't like them at first, because I think they didn't like them because like we had this huge build up to Cascade, and then we just like stopped basically. I mean, the plot line, it makes sense because like we still have yet another arc to go until we get to the thing. So yeah, this act 6 is split into 6 sub-acts. And then this act 6 is split into 6 more sub-acts, and we are on the 5th intermission of Act 6. We are in Act 6, intermission 5. Why is this taking so long to process? Who actually knows? Nobody knows why. Your shit is wrecked. That is Dirk's line. That is this guy's line. Penis Ouija. Penis Ouija. Yes, that's kind of a joke. What else? Nobles. Ballet of the Ancestors. I feel like John becomes kind of awesome here. Even though you don't know that's John. You should know that's John. That's not John. Don't forget I said anything. For some reason he hasn't like put any map in for Act 6, even though that we've done like the amount of that Act 6 has covered. Let's actually go through this. It's gone through like 1,300 pages, and if we go 1,300 pages back from here, that would be 6,800, which is like backing up all the way to about here. So it's like from here all the way down to here is about how far we've gone in Act 6. So that's kind of, yeah. What's a good flash? Oh yeah, this is important. A lot of this is important. I know I'm saying that, but it's true. What's something like, I don't know. This has been, I don't know if I'm gonna wrap this up. Dude, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Jump to adventure. No, we're staying on Homestuck. Part 1, Disc 1, Part 2, Part 3. Yeah, this is all Part 3, and this is the final part. Like, Part 1 is the build-up, Part 2 is where things actually start getting interesting. And so don't skip. Like, you should, this is still interesting, but this is like where the actual, well, we actually get Troll backstory, and then Act 5, Act 2 is like the actual progression. Like, we have a goal, but then we don't have a goal. But then we have a goal again. Yeah, that's kind of why at the beginning of Act 6 is slow, because we've accomplished the first goal, but suddenly we don't have a goal, but then we find the goal again. This is important. All of it. Just all of it. I know I say that, but yeah, I get it's true. What's something interesting? I mean, it's all interesting, but what's something like especially fun to talk about? I don't know. What are the secrets? No. Raise of the conductor's baton. Insane corkscrew haymakers don't bleed on the suits. Flight of the Paradox clones. He is already here. Cascade. If you know what a cascade, if you know what, like, a cascade is in computer programming, then this makes sense. The man in the Cairo overcoat. No, that is not misspelled. That's like true. Through broken glass. Yeah, this makes sense after you see Cascade, pretty much. Corpse Party, that's just a line from Arago. Your shit, that's another line from Dirk. It's another line. Novels is just the noun referring to the other 4 kids. Ballet of the Dancestors. This is where we get the other trolls are introduced. The other trolls. Void, this is like 1 page, literally. It refers to the type of session. Dead, this refers to the other type of, these are types of sessions. Void session and dead session. Of gods and tricksters. Tricksters. This part right here. And also kind of this part. How big is this? Yeah, yeah. I'm putting, that's just another line. These aren't so much descriptive as this. These are just line. Like, this is a line. Like, this is a line from Carcat literally saying, I'm putting you on speaker, crap. It's not really descriptive at all. The horse calendars. This is the current update schedule. Current update schedule. Look at this update schedule. It's been pretty consistent, I think. Yeah, at least I think it is. There's a flash for Act 6, Act 6. Should I do this? Should I do MSPA reader? Freak out. I don't know. Might be impressive to show you that Hussey got the rights to the Saw music. This is like the actual Saw music. This makes no sense. Okay, never mind. That's basically like summarizing an entire plot line that's like consumed the entire story. Because just before then we were like, oh, something we figured out. Yes, we're smart. And then like immediately after that it's like making it completely obvious. What else? Do you want to see, I don't want to see Nicolas Cage again. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I have no script. No script. Let's see what the thing's thinging. since you guys are most likely to see this. If you were watching this for Homestuck, you can go now. This is horrifically not edited. You guys can go now. I should probably be stopping the recording, but I'm not going to. You get to come along with the ride if you want. What is my fucking... We're gonna go on Tumblr because reasons.
Is struggling with...
No, Minecraft forum, go away with your freaking ad. Disable. I can't disable this. I cannot disable the ad. The ad cannot be disabled. No, we're not going to read. That'll be a different video. I can make fun of bad things that people post on the internet. Oh yeah, I'm meandering. Okay, goodbye. See you in the next rushed video.